When last we left off, party had done a bit of a boots on the ground streetwising to much less effect than they were used to. Uh, Winnie still nursing quite a terrible hangover, though it seems wake up juice, quote unquote, helped. She still regrets her life up to this point. Satara had kind of kicked about, kind of being flashy and obvious Captain McCaptain Pants.
Look.
And mostly just found people who didn't want a whole lot to do with her. Her confusion and consternation.
So consternated.
Consternated, constipated, little column A, little column B. So you claim.
Said the correct word.
Kasumi went about trying to track down any Brotherhood contacts in the island and came up with nada, much to his own confusion and aggravation.
There's something wrong with this island, Captain.
There's no cooks.
Maybe. Various party members met up, commiserated in the lack of talkative peoples. Mezzy and Winnie had lunch. It was tasty. The two of them went for a walk in the forest. Was pleasant, very relaxing. Saw some farmsteads and whatnot, but didn't really get too close or engage. Headed back to town. Kasumi trained for a bit with Mezzy on fighting armored opponents and how to use your target's armor against them. Was fairly entertaining for those aboard ship to watch. Kasumi also trained a bit with Winnie as far as grappling and whenever some combat options for her. As I recall, the conclusion was the best place for Winnie to be in combat was not, but there was some potential. Kasumi then cracked open a bottle of Tato and ale and shared it with his compatriots, including Diallo. Meanwhile, Satara, having changed into her performer's garb, went kicking about town to a much more entertaining reaction, eventually finding her way back to the Maiden Bear and performing a rather lengthy series of pieces with Emrys, with some mixed results, though ultimately the crowd seemed rather happy with her performance.
I got an exceptional success.
You got two of them, in fact, over the course of an extended role.
Yes.
So you still did very well. Happy. You just had a couple that were less exceptional. It's not my fault. You decided to perform very somber, emotional Oami odes in a bar full of drunken Dashians.
I didn't decide to do that.
So you claim.
I said no such specific thing. That's just how you and roll.
That's what she claimed. Satara and Emrys then spent a wonderful whirlwind evening together at the bar. Somewhere Mezzy's ears are burning. Next morning... Mwah.
Hold on. Okay, never mind, go ahead.
Party woke up on the ship, Satara eventually making her way back, and plans were made to kind of break up and look for further information and try and build you guys some contacts in the local environs. If Kasumi would like to explain the next section of information gathering.
Well, Kasumi, being good at what he does and taking a word of advice from Captain to play to his strengths, went out once more to try and find some criminally minded people.
My advice is best advice.
And found some after it being clear that there's not quite the same organization structure that presides out in Jinla. Not that Kasumi really expected to find it. He challenged this compatriot to a drinking game. For each drink he went toe-to-toe with him, he'd get another question, another bit of information. And if he lost, well, then he'd be forced to convince Sitar to transport some most likely illicit cargo. Although, is all cargo from the Pirate Isles technically illicit?
Technically, it depends on where you're going.
Yeah.
If you're going to, Shinla, Vertel, Rakosis, yes. Though, if it's not specifically marked as from the Free Isles,
Then who's to know?
who's to know where you pick?
Fair enough. And going toe-to-toe with him, as it was a very tough and even match, Kasumi got a few different questions and has planned an island-wide itinerary. Sorry, I'm still drunk. And it ended in a draw, as they both lost their composure at the same moment, which ended with not asking another question and no favors being required. And then Kasumi stumbled drunkenly, his happy ass, all the way back to to Visliani, where he then proceeded to pass out and is going to be taking a little nap today.
Yeah, he's pretty much done today.
Yeah.
Lots of very potent alcohol before lunchtime.
Yeah. He'll be up sometime tomorrow.
At least he ate breakfast.
At least he ate breakfast, that is true.